Hi friends, I'm Abby and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what some of the things I've got for Christmas. So as of today, the 23rd of December, I've got a few packages in the mail which I'm going to unbox today, as today is the final day that I'm going to be in London before I go back to my parents. I'm going back this afternoon, so I figured I would unbox these and then I will add on anything that I might get from my parents, whether that's book, puzzle or adjacent related. I'm going to just dive into these. So number one, it's a smaller one. It's the sticky thing has got a bit attached to it. Oh, this is from Sophia. It's the Mysteries of Thorn Manor by Margaret Rogerson. Thank you so much, Sophia. This is like one of the only Margaret Rogerson book that I have not read. I think this is set in the same world as Sorcery of Thorns. I've been wanting to read this because I love and have loved Margaret Rogerson's books. I've just been, delaying because it's a novella and not been prioritising buying it. But actually, this would be like the perfect way to not power through a book, but like it's quite short, 184 pages. I will feel so accomplished reading this one. I'm not sure what it's about. I'm guessing it's the Mysteries of Thorn Manor. Excited. And I found this cover so I love the colours. The colouring is beautiful. Excited to get into this one. Thank you. Right, the next one. Oh, it's a chunky one. Stephanie. I might have to get a UK copy of this book as well because your cover is way better. This is the Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab, the spin-off series that she is now writing to the A Darker Shades of Magic series. And I agree, our cover is way better. And I think this cover actually aligns with the A Darker Shades of Magic series. One sec. Oh, this is going to be a bit challenging because I've got my Christmas pudding decoration in the way. If you don't know, this is sort of like a Christmas pudding that we have on Christmas Day here in the UK. I know that's a very UK thing to do and not a, it hasn't really got out of the UK. And I'm not well, it's fine. It's not like my favourite for me, so my dad pretty much ends up eating the whole thing. But I feel as though these are the US covers of the original trilogy, which I got many years ago now. I feel as though I've forgotten a lot of the details of this trilogy, but I feel as though the US covers and this UK cover actually match a little bit. I know they're different sizes, I know, but I feel as though the theming of them is quite similar. I know they're slightly different shades of white, but I feel as though you can tell that these are the same series. They align, whereas that new US cover, it's a no. It's a definite no. These, you can tell are in the same series. Do I need to reread this series, or can I dive into this with these being very foggy in my brain? How much does this refer back to that? Is my question to anybody that's read this. I have been excited to read it. I've just been nervous because of how long it's been since I read that original trilogy. But thank you so much, Stephanie, for getting me closer to reading this one, because I do love V. Schwab. I did love the Shades of Magic trilogy and I have been looking forward to this for years. And then now that it's arrived, I'm like, but what happens if I've forgotten everything? But yeah, I am excited to read it. And oh, look at those lovely edges. Not edges, end pages. Oh, now I need to sort out this mess with my Christmas pudding. Fix that, and then I'll fix that, then I'll get to the final one. There we go, fixed. And the final one for right now. Oh. Everything else was so well behaved. And then this final package. The tag did not want to. Tag. Oh. Amazon, you let me down right at the final bit. And I've got to tear this open. It's from Joanna, and it is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson, which is the third of the secret projects. I read Tress. I haven't read the second one, whatever it is, The Wizard's Guide to Surviving Medieval England. I haven't been so interested in that one. I have been really interested in this one. I'm really excited to read this one. Oh, Joanna, I feel like this might be throwing out my plans of books that I want to take home with me for Christmas. I feel like it's I'm only going for a week and I'm like, how many books should I be bringing? And I've already got a pile and I feel as though I want to add this one to the pile, which means I should probably be taking something off the pile, but I really want to read this. I've been wanting to read this one. Yeah, I might have to rethink my pile of books that are coming back to me with me for Christmas, because I want to read this one. Okay, so that is the first clip. If I get any more things, I will add them on. So maybe see you after Christmas. Hello, so it is now a week later and it is the 31st of December, so after Christmas, and I have come in to show some of the other books that I got for Christmas that were either gifted to me, I got myself, as well as some puzzles as well, because I did get a good few puzzles, which I figure we can just throw in here because I love books and puzzles, and I hope some of you do too. So I'll start with the books, and then if you don't want to see puzzles, you can disappear. In terms of books, I did also get Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. This was not really a gift, it was a advanced copy that I was sent from Orbit, although it is a finished edition. This is the sequel to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which I loved, and I have loved this one because I have already read it. I read it this past week and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is following a main character, Emily Wilde. She is an academic of fairies and she is writing an encyclopedia of the fairies of the world, and she has journeyed to a remote Nordic island to investigate the fairies there, and she is followed by her academic rival Wendell Bumblebee, and this is their adventures on this island as they meet the people that live there, as well as the fairy folk there as well. And it's very cozy and whimsical and I really loved it. Loved the sequel, which is set in the Austrian Alps, and the continuation of their story and the magic and whimsy and fun that they get up to, as well as I love the characters in this and I think it's so well done. I really love the diary entries and the expansion of the fairy lore that we get. Really love this one. Very excited for the third book. Who knows when that's coming out, but I love this one and very thankful for Orbit for sending it to me. My sister gifted me a book for Christmas, so she gifted me The Will of the Many by James Islington, the first book in the Hierarchy series. I don't know how many books are meant to be in this series, but I've only heard really good things about this. It's a school setting, from what I believe. We've got, I think, Roman Empire influences to it. I have read the Licanius trilogy by James Islington and really enjoyed it. It's very, I guess, long and convoluted and quite complex, but I did really enjoy it, and I think from what I've heard, the feedback on this is even better than that series. Everyone I know has loved this series. Everyone I know, and it's got like this school setting. I think it's got like an interesting magic system in it, mysteries, world-changing secrets. I've been sent to the academy to find answers to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover secrets that may tear the Republic apart. All very exciting. It's got a map. Yeah, very interested in reading this. The font is tiny, but I'm very thankful my sister has given this to me, and then hopefully I get to it soon. I don't know when. I'd like to, I don't know, wait maybe a little bit so I know how many books are going to be in this, so I don't like commit too soon, but very excited to get to this one. And then a couple that I got for myself, presents from me to me. So I saw that Waterstones were doing their 50% off hardback sale again. Unlike last year, or like the previous few years where they did it off everything, it was only off like a select few books. And they actually had it online as well as in store, so I actually bought these online. I probably stopped now, I don't know how long they were running it for, but I picked up a couple of books. So the first one being Defiant by Brandon Sanderson. I was really hoping this was going to be in the sale because I knew that I wanted to pick it up so that I could finish the series. I hadn't bought it yet. This book was, it's a bit spenny. It's £25 and it wasn't going down. It just wasn't going down in the UK. I was like, is this going to go on sale anytime soon? So I've like been putting off buying it because £25 is a lot for a book. So thankfully it did go into this 50% off sale, which is when I was like, yes, buying that so I can finish the series. It didn't happen in December like I planned, but it's going to happen in January. This is a YA sci-fi series following the main character Spencer, who is in flight school training to fight the Krell, which is the alien force that has been bombarding her planet for many years. And we follow her and the adventures that she gets up to in this world, which I have really thoroughly enjoyed. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all concludes in this concluding novel. Another sequel I picked up was A Queen of Thieves and Chaos by K.A. Tucker. This is the third book in the A Fate of Wrath and Flame series. So I've been reading through this series and this was the next one. So I've read, books 1 and 2, and this was the sequel. I have the first two books in the like self-pub edition, and I knew it was going to be pretty much impossible now to get the third book in that edition, now that it's picked up by a traditional publisher in the UK. So I thought it's better that I go for a hardback than a smaller paperback. I don't know, I don't mind having series going into hardback, but I didn't want a smaller paperback. I thought it would just look weird. So anyway, so definitely intrigued to see where the series goes. It's like it's a fantasy romance series. I guess you can probably tell that from the cover. Following main character Lemuria, who has lived in New York her whole life, and she gets sucked into this fantasy world where the body that she is thrust in has just killed the king and queen of that world, and so she's in quite a precarious situation, and it is the romance that she then starts to develop with the new king, the son of the killed king and queen. And it's a very interesting like magic system world, which I enjoyed, so looking forward to seeing where this is going to go next. It is quite long, it's quite a long one now, they're getting chunky. I then had an amazing coincidental experience, I would say. In that Waterstones order, I also then did 2 pre-orders. So I also did some pre-orders of some very nice Waterstones editions. So I've pre-ordered the new Catherine Arden, which is coming out in like February or March with its lovely like sprayed edge as well. And I also ordered Feybound by Zara El Arifi in that Waterstone edition with the sprayed edge. Looks beautiful. So that will be arriving in January. But then I went into my childhood bookshop. Just was wandering through the town with my mum, and my mum used to work in this shop before she opened her own shop, and we were in there chatting to the employees that were there, and they were like, do you fancy these arcs? And I was like, yes I do. And they handed me an arc of Feybound. So I was like, yes, that's mine. As soon as she came up to me with it, she was like, do you fancy either of these? And I was like, yes. And my mum was like, yes to the other one. I was like, okay, this has worked out really well. And they were like, you really wanted that book? I was like, yes, I really wanted this book. I really enjoyed The Final Strife, which I read recently by Zara El Arifi, and I've been very excited to read this one, having pre-ordered it as well, pre-ordered the special edition one, so really excited to have this edition as well. I'm hoping to get to it in January. So it just felt so like fortuitous and was like a really pleasant surprise. I was like, oh yes, please, I'll take that off your hands, definitely. They were like, yeah, none of us really read that much fantasy. I was like, yes, please, I will have all of your fantasy arcs. But so excited for this, so excited. A great bonus book. So those are all of the books that I got for Christmas, whether they were gifts or that I gifted myself, or just random turns of events that got them into my hands. So thank you for anyone that gifted me a book, and I will now move into some puzzles, which are also all gifts. So my mum gifted me this 1,000 piece jigsaw titled The Orient Express, and it's like a map of Europe. I'll see if I can get that there. It looks really pretty. It looks like it's gonna be really fun to do. We play Ticket to Ride a lot, so this feels like the puzzle version of Ticket to Ride, which obviously is very different because Ticket to Ride is like a board game, multiplayer game, but I feel as though it's like Ticket to Ride in that I'm going to be travelling across Europe doing this jigsaw puzzle. So yeah, very excited to dive into this. It looks like it's going to be a really fun one, and I do enjoy like maps on a puzzle, or like locations, exploring different locations on a puzzle. My dad and stepmom gifted me this wooden puzzle of a lion to do. It's gonna look like this. They're all wooden pieces and all the pieces have like the random shapes of different animals. I really enjoy wooden puzzles. I find them like, they're a very different experience to the other like normal jigsaw puzzles, so very much looking forward to getting into this one. The box is so like, everything's so sturdy about it. I don't know, it looks like it's going to be hard but fun. And then my sister gifted me this circle of colours round puzzle. I've never done a round puzzle before, so I thought this would be a great experience to get into it and see how this goes. Looking forward to diving into this one. It's like a gradient as well, so you have all the different colours going around it. Looking forward to this one. It's Ravensburger, which I know is like a brand that I really enjoy. I like their puzzles. I think they're very good quality puzzles in the main. And then the final puzzle, which was not a gift, I was just looking through my mum's puzzle collection and was like, I'm going to take this one off your hands as well. And that's Around the World in 50 Plants, with the full image on the back there, which I think looks very busy. Looks a little bit complicated, but I think it's going to be fun to do. My mum said that she really enjoyed doing this one, so I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun, if a bit complicated. I don't really know my plants that well, so we'll see how we get on. So those are all of the books and puzzles that I got for Christmas or over this Christmas period. Let me know if you got any books or puzzles for Christmas, if there are any that you have had your eye on, or if you've been gifting them to yourself. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye!